Hi everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect 2.
Shepard, it's so good to see you. I've set up a few terminals with information I think you'll find interesting. Take a look.
Welcome back, Shadow Broker.
What's this?
That's the old broker's VI assistant. It's actually been helpful with rebuilding the network.
Please let me know if I can organize anything else for you, Shadow Broker.
It also thinks anyone in the room is the broker. I'll play around with the settings later.
My manual is ready whenever you have a moment.
So yeah, I actually really like the way that concluded. It's funny then that the main quest assumes you're a goody two-shoes when actually the end of the quest assumes that everybody is very grey and opportunistic. Right, so what's this? This is all stuff I can... Is this jobs I'm booking in? Oh, right. Hey, that's the guy I hate. Okay, I don't know how involved any of this stuff is. Oh, there's loads of it. Okay, this isn't very interesting. I guess it's quite practical. That's practical as well. This is almost like a second house, isn't it? Advanced training, that's where you change your skill points. What's some dossiers? Oh, this is more information on my guys, is it? There's loads of stuff here. This is like a whole codex.
The Turian Council member's mistress has made some unusual purchases lately. She may be expecting to move to a larger mansion.
Okay, I don't know why we get that, but okay. Right, do you want to give me an explanation?
How are you doing, Liara?
I'm a bit overwhelmed, to be honest. The Shadow Broker had more resources than you can imagine. Here, come on over. He had top-level access to the Turian and Asari governments. And more than one Solarian Dalatros traded intel. And now it's ours.
If you're in over your head, we could just crash this thing and walk away.
That's just it. In a way, I feel like I belong here. Working on my own, I was always hunting for leads. With the Shadow Broker's resources, it's about organizing, cataloging. I've got everything, Shepard. This is a dream job. Although, the location could be better.
Have you found anything useful yet?
The Shadow Broker knew about the Reapers. Perhaps that's why he offered to help prove Saren's guilt to the Council.
He didn't want Saren to succeed.
He also knew that the Collectors were Protheans, repurposed to be Harbinger's puppets. There's even some data on the Protheans. I think he knew what was coming and was looking for a way to survive.
Wow, that's quite interesting. And again, it proves that Shadow Broker wasn't really an enemy. I don't know how many Shadow Brokers there have been, though. At least 3.
Why was he still looking at Protheans? They gave us the warning and the conduit at Ilos, but we've used those.
The Shadow Broker seemed to think there was more out there. Perhaps the Protheans had other plans. Or maybe he was just grasping at anything that offered some hope.
How'd you know what the Shadow Broker was?
I didn't. I had no idea what to expect when we finally found him. But I researched pre-spaceflight cultures during some of my Prothean studies. I know a bit about the Yogg. There's more on the terminals if you want to look. They're a fascinating culture, and a terrifying one.
How's Farron doing?
As well as you'd expect, after 2 years of intermittent torture.
You gonna be okay?
I don't know. He wants to work, so I'm letting him help. Maybe it takes his mind off it.
So, you and Farron?
We're just friends. Commander, are you jealous? If you're concerned, maybe you should do something about it.
I mean, Miranda's not here. I feel like this DLC is a lot more fully realised than all the others, and I do understand why people say it's the best. Like Arrival, I think that's the one with the alpha relay, promised the world, really, promised as much as the game did, and it really didn't deliver. Whereas this has offered up at the front a much smaller quest, but I had no idea all this stuff was going to be here. No, I don't think I should do it. But then maybe it will be as fully realised as a proper romance. And if it's not, then it probably means it won't override Miranda.
You know, I didn't come down here just to talk about Data.
I know. We have some unfinished business. But just because we were together before, I miss you. But it's been 2 years. I don't want to put pressure on you.
Yeah, but isn't that like, you know, a couple of months in human years?
I'll let you get back to work then. Let me know if you need anything.
I think what I need right now is a friend. I can't leave for too long, but spending all my time on this ship. Maybe next time you come by, I could come up to the Normandy.
That sounds great. Why don't you come up now?
Okay, thanks. I'll be right there. Just give me a minute.
Did you enjoy the tour?
Yes, it's a beautiful ship. And I ran into Joker. He seemed happy to see me. Although, he did ask me to record any parts of our conversation where my eyes do that freaky black eternity thing.
Of course he did.
I also spoke with Dr. Chakwas. I'm glad she's doing well. I brought you something. It took some digging, but I recovered your tags.
I thought I'd never see these again.
They changed hands more than once. Do you remember Admiral Hackett? He gave them to me so I could return them to you. He sends his best and hopes you're okay. So how are you doing, Shepard? I mean, really. Not what you tell your squad to keep morale up.
Wow, no, I've not had to be honest with anyone for a while.
Honestly, I'm tired. Tired of dealing with Cerberus. Tired of the Council ignoring me. Tired of my closest friends not believing me.
Yes, I heard about what Ashley said on Horizon. I'm sorry. But their short-sightedness doesn't diminish what you've accomplished. There wouldn't be a man, woman, or child left on Horizon, if not for you.
That's where I was set up, though. I was set up by the Elusive Man.
You know the worst part of it? Cerberus planted intel to lure the collectors there. Horizon was bait.
Those bastards.
They'd have hit another world if we hadn't lured them there, but aren't you gonna tell me not to work with them?
I gave them your body, remember? What should I say? And I trust you. You'll stick to your beliefs no matter what Cerberus wants. So tell me what you want. What are you fighting for?
It's not what I'm fighting for. It's what I'm fighting against.
The Reapers?
Everything. The galaxy. Mercs, Geth, Varen, Thresher Maws. Some days it's like the whole damn galaxy is trying to kill me.
It should have picked an easier fight. I should get back to my base, but thanks for inviting me up, Shepard.
Oh, pied again.
come back soon.
Oh, that's frustrating. I hope I can go back in again. Right, let's read these properly then. A pirate fleet is massing on the fringes of the Terminus systems in preparation for a raid on an outlying Alliance colony. Send a tip-off to Admiral Hackett about the upcoming invasion. Well, yeah, they're definitely going to do that. Bureaucracy in action. The CERTA Foundation can't start tests on a promising new antibiotic because of accidentally misfilled paperwork. Use your contacts to help them cut through the red tape so they can begin clinical trials. Is it accidentally misfiled paperwork, or is it a bad idea? I don't know, but we'll do it anyway. Smear campaign. A corrupt politician is trying to levy heavy taxes on all Earth-manufactured goods coming into his system in exchange for kickbacks from local businesses. Ruin the politician's reputation with a smear campaign so that his proposal doesn't pass. Yeah. Hell no, we're going to have protectionism against Earth-manufactured goods. I also think it's pretty unlikely that this guy's responsible for that. Probably one of these two scumbags. Eclipse mercenaries have secretly set up a red sand production facility on the planet Cuervo. Tip off the planetary authorities about the facility in exchange for half of the credits seized during the raid. Oh, well, yeah, we hate the Eclipse. Oh, well, that's that one cleared. That is going to take a long time for me to read that.
Shepard, glad you stopped by. We don't get many visitors.
Take it easy. You've been through a lot.
You're probably right. I never did say thanks for the rescue.
Liara never gave up on you, Farron. I just helped.
I'm still amazed Liara came for me. I'll never forget what either of you did.
I can log that in the archives for you, sir.
I see you met the Secretary.
How do you think Liara's doing as the new Shadow Broker?
Operations are almost fully recovered after a slight dip in efficiency.
Ever since we repaired the network, Liara's been glued to the archives. I caught her sleeping at her desk more than once. She's busy, but I think she likes it that way.
Looks like you've made a friend.
The drone follows everyone. I don't know why the broker kept it around.
I'm a shell for a specialized data processing VI, custom built to your specifications, Shadow Broker.
It helps coordinate the network's massive information feeds, but it could use a different interface tone.
You deemed my default personality sufficient for your needs, Shadow Broker.
I wish it would stop calling me that.
What will you do now that you're a free man?
I want to help Liara rebuild this place. But after that...
Your schedule's getting full, sir. Let me sync it to your Omni tool.
No thanks, I'm fine.
How are you holding up, Farron?
I'll be alright. I wasn't always strapped into that interrogation chair. Drell can mentally escape into old memories. It came in handy on the bad days.
How many times did the Shadow Broker hook you up to that contraption?
A lot. It gets fuzzy. He made the guards watch, as an example.
How did you and Liara both end up looking for my body?
Cerberus headhunted me and Liara to steal your body from the Shadow Broker. I was working for the broker at the time, and he's the one who scraped up your remains in the first place.
What turned you against the Shadow Broker?
He started working for the Collectors. You weren't their first victim. I am... was an information trader, not a slaver.
Interesting. If they'd have put that bit of information at the beginning of the campaign, that would have given us a huge motive.
Take it easy, Farron.
Thanks.
Maybe they did and I just missed it. I knew that he was involved with my body.
What does this console do?
This is the video surveillance access point. I've queued up the archive footage you requested on your last visit, Shadow Broker. Remember, you can zoom in for more detailed viewing and can pause anytime during playback. Aria Talok, Omega.
Who's that? This is unintelligible for me.
Emily Wong, Citadel. Fred Mazai, Citadel.
Don't even know who that is.
Donnell Udina, Citadel.
Oh, he's the politician I hate. Got to say, this is pretty much useless.
Armando Bailey, Citadel.
He was the old CSEC captain.
David Anderson, Citadel.
Oh, he's my mate.
Praetor Gavorn, Omega. Kalisa bint Sinan Al-Jilani, Citadel.
Awesome.
Keeper 20, Citadel. Matriarch Atheta, Ilium. Erdnot Torsk, Tachanka.
Awesome. Wonder if that's another person that was partying on against the genophage.
Elias Kellum, Omega.
Wonder, is he one of the Gons from Kasumi's stolen memory thing?
Jacob Taylor, Normandy SR2.
Wait, she's got access to the... This is a bloody security leak and a half, innit?
Subject 0, Purgatory, ship now defunct. Aria Talok, Omega.
Well, that was interesting, but I'm not sure it helps me in any way. I don't imagine we'll get different things here. No, I can't be bothered to deal with that right now. Okay, so this is just going to put flags, I would think, on the galaxy map. Where's this information on the York then?
It's nearly time to
I wonder
repurchase
if it's in
effective
here.
caste status on Kashan. I have deducted funds to grant you full elite access.
Okay, I can't deal with him. I'm guessing then It's in the dossiers. No, it isn't. Okay, yes it is. Oh my word. I really don't know how the best way to deal with this is. I guess cut the episode here and read it. It's going to end up being quite hard work for me, still. Oh my god. There's loads of it. Absolutely loads of it. This is going to be like hours and hours and hours of reading. Okay, well, thank you for watching. Settle in. When my voice is a bit stronger, I'll try and read all this. The Yarg are a race of massive apex predators from the world of Parnak, whose rise to sentience in no way blunted their violent nature. A group of Yarg is unable to cooperate until a single leader has been determined, through either social manoeuvring or brute force, but no grudges are held once a Yarg establishes dominance. Former rivals serve their new superior's purpose with an unflinching loyalty and relentless determination, a legacy of their origin as a pack species. Their 8 eyes are another sign of their hunter ancestry. All 4 pairs are geared towards tracking down and predicting the movements of prey. Sophisticated and keenly developed sensitivity to movement and light have made the Yargs masters at reading body language, regardless of species. Much to their short-lived chagrin, the Council's first contact teams discovered it was nearly impossible to lie to the Yarg. The Yarg had technology equivalent to 20th century Earth standards when they were discovered by the Council in 2125. The Council's ambassadors approached the Yarg as friends and allies instead of subordinates, a baffling sign of contempt from newcomers on Parnak. The Yarg attacked when it became apparent that the alien diplomats stubbornly considered themselves sovereign people instead of new underlings. Parnak remains off limits by order of the Council, which fears that the Yarg's size, aggression and obsession with control make them poorly suited for integration into the galactic community. A rock and ice planet, Isa has a thin atmosphere of methane and ethane. Its borax deposits, largely trapped beneath the ice, were never considered valuable enough to mine, since synthetic substitutes and alternative sources became widely available. A hydrogen-helium gas giant, Thurisaz has a decrepit automated infrastructure for refueling merchant vessels with helium-3. Painted onto the metal in a Solarian dialect are the words, self-serve. A large rock planet, Ansuz was once under development by a consortium of robo-mining interests, but an epidemic of accidents and sabotage cost the lives of hundreds of workers and eventually drove them off the world. Despite numerous accusations among the mining corporations and a dozen or more trials, popular opinion holds that the real saboteurs were never found. Hagalaz is a second-tier garden world that received little attention from the galactic community. A Solarian mining expedition initially discovered the planet, which was promptly strong-armed away from them by organised crime figures. Hagalaz's exploration rights were then sold to the highest bidder, which led to a brief burst of mining colonies in the 2000s, but most of those were abandoned when other planets were found with more accessible resources. Though Hagalaz has a nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere capable of supporting life, its rotational period is slower than Earth's, making its day and night at 98 Earth days long. The intense heat on one side of the planet and the extreme cold on the other make for violent storm cells whenever the sun is rising or setting. As a result, the flora and fauna of Hagalaz have developed the capability to live in cycles of ice, flooding, baking heat, and dramatic air pressure changes. The biota of the planet has been largely unexploited by the exotic pet and gardening trades, since simulating their natural conditions is problematic for the average consumer. Kanaz's extremely thin atmosphere is mostly methane and helium. The Solarian explorers who named the system set up a small mining presence for recovering nickel and chromium, used in making stainless steels. A large rock planet with a pressure cooker atmosphere of nitrogen and argon, Uraz's silicate-rich crust is relatively low density. It was largely ignored by the Solarian explorers who first charted the system.